What's going on, guys? This is Angelique Double Toe, and I'm back today with another video as a review for a post I did yesterday on my blog. I'm seeing here at angeliquedoubletoewrestling.co.cc. I'll have that link in the video description. And this is the post that I made yesterday. I called it March 8th, 2010. And I have this huge image, Raw versus Impact, Monday Night Wars Part 2. Now, March 8th, 2010, I already made a post earlier on my blog which stated that on March 8th, Chris Angel would guest host Monday Night Raw. But this is different. March 8th, 2010 will mark a day in the history of wrestling that we have already seen before. This marks the second coming of the Monday Night Wars. Now, for those that don't know what the Monday Night Wars are, Monday Night Wars were between September 4th, 1995 and March 26th, 2001. And it was between WCW and WWF, then WWF. Pretty much Eric Bischoff versus Vince McMahon. WCW had Monday Night Nitro. Of course, WWF had Monday Night Raw. So, it was a ratings war. Back and forth they went, but due in part to the NWO storyline. WCW gained a 84-week triumph over the WWE at I think it ended August 13th of 1998. I'm not sure. Yeah, it was April 13th of 1998. After that, WCW went downhill, and in 2001, WWE was actually able to buy out WCW from, I think it was Time Warner. So Eric Bischoff really didn't like that. And now, with the acquisition of Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff, we have the second coming of the Monday Night Wars between WWE and now TNA Impact, which will be moving to Mondays on March 8th. Now, I'm not going to kid myself. I know that Eric Bischoff has some kind of agenda to do this, but don't get me wrong, he's trying his best, but I'm gonna be quite frank here. This is stupid, and I guess I should be used to it by now, because both of these wrestling federations have been making stupid decisions as of late. So, on October 27th, as I said, October 27th, it was announced that Hulk Hogan had partnered with TNA, Eric Bischoff, and TNA president Dixie Carter. Dixie Carter told TNA superstars, if you're not down with Hulk Hogan, then you should leave. But, this wasn't pleasing to me, but I digress on that subject. I'm not a TNA superstar, so I can't really say anything about it. On January 4th, earlier this year, 2010, Impact moved to Mondays for a one-night only thing. And coincidentally, that same night, WWE had Bret Hart as their special guest host for Raw. There were many fans that chanted, "Who needs Bret? Who needs Bret?" But apparently, a lot of people chose to watch Bret Hart over Hulk Hogan. I, for one, was one of those people. Now, as a disclaimer, I'm going to say that I did put a little bit of my own opinion in this blog post, but it's my blog, so I can say what I want. Anyone that knows me knows that I'm basically a student of the art of wrestling. I'm a wrestler myself and a wrestling enthusiast. I respect the business, and although I may not like some decisions made by CEOs, chairmen, and vice presidents, when it comes to a lot of things, I know that I must respect their decisions because that is their federation, and what they do with it is their priority. But I must say this. This is the stupidest idea TNA has ever had. I mean, you see what happened to WCW. If you remember the Monday Night Wars, you remember what happened to WCW. As Eric Bischoff continuously gave away the results of the tape Raw shows. The last one he gave away was actually Mick Foley winning the WWF Championship. People flipped the channel. So that's what lost all of WCW's ratings. And like I said, I've said this before in a article I did, that the whole reason that people like TNA and the whole reason that I respected TNA was because they were unique. With the 6-side ring that you will only see in Mexico now, and their innovations as far as matches and even the arena setup, as you will hear in my Genesis review, I'll have the link to that in the video description as well. I tell you how they changed around the Impact Zone to look like the old WCW layout. Why they did that, I have no clue. But I'll tell you guys this. It was rumored about 2 years ago that Eric Bischoff, Hulk Hogan, and Bill Goldberg would make their own wrestling organization to compete with the WWE. But I guess that fell through, and they decided that they would team with TNA to, I guess, take over the WWE spotlight. Beats me, but okay. All I have to say now is that TNA is no longer TNA. It's the new version of WCW, and WCW isn't what people want to see anymore. They're done with WCW. WCW is lost, is gone. Vince McMahon isn't doing anything with it, so